You can cope all you want, sit here and be like, no, bro, she understands. She makes me feel better.
She listens to my problems.
She listens to my problems. She gets it. Maybe a chick will listen to your problems, but for how long? She doesn't want a whining bitch. That's just how it's going to be. And I'm so fucking sorry to you guys, but that's just life. With boys, they'll give you a solution. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the 1% podcast, the best self-improvement podcast in the world. That's right. Where we spit facts about self-improvement. Today we've got Will and we've got Hayden on this episode. Rory he ran away. He's gone and he's never coming back.
he went and got the milk.
Yeah. Anyway, today we're going to be talking about how to deal with adversity. We're going to talk about different stuff like maybe you've lost your job, maybe you've lost a loved one, maybe you're just going through a really difficult time financially, maybe maybe your girlfriend broke up with you and you're crying every night eating ice cream, you know?
That's the end of the world.
That's the end of the world.
Maybe Will Harley hasn't uploaded in 2 days.
That is the biggest thing. Maybe Will hasn't uploaded or maybe, yeah.
You're just feeding some content and it's not there.
We'll start with Cope of the Week. For those of you who are not familiar with Cope of the Week, all it is we admit one of our wrongdoings and show a bit of humility by making an excuse for it.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't actually.
Mine's always diet.
It's always diet related because I always like, it's on the weekends. I just grab some shit I shouldn't be eating. But
What'd you eat?
This week had some Guzman y Gomez. I had French toast.
Fucking hell.
I even had a McMuffin on Saturday morning.
Guzzi today.
No. But I had a McMuffin on Saturday because I was on the go. Yeah, it's just diet related. Still got a 6-pack, but it's
looking pretty fat, bro.
What's your one?
It's always just diet, but mine's just I haven't really done meal prep for the last 2 days because I haven't had time to, and therefore because I haven't had anything to eat, I've just been eating like anything that's in the pantry. Like at work, I was hungry and I bought waffles. And Nutella. So we're just eating waffles and Nutella all day.
So the cope for that is that you didn't have time?
No, I just eating shit.
But why?
Because I didn't have time to eat cookies.
Yes, you reckon you didn't have time?
Yeah. Oh yeah, there was many things.
All right, here's my cope, right? I'm not working hard enough. I'm just not. I could be working harder. I could be pushing myself even more. There's been times where I catch myself lacking on the toilet. Maybe I'll fucking look at some Instagram reels or something. Maybe I'll get caught in a scroll while I'm on the toilet. Look, it's not very often, but like it happens. So the cope is, I guess the excuse for that is like not everyone's perfect, but why set myself that belief limit? Maybe I can be perfect. Maybe.
The mistake you made there is bringing your phone to the toilet.
Yes, that is a big life hack, by the way, boys. If you're going to the toilet, going into the shower, anywhere where you've got to, God forbid, there's a silent moment of silence where you've got to think for a minute.
And not scroll.
Don't bring your phone. A lot of people I know
how quick you can snap it off.
Yeah, yeah, legit. Like you boys been spending like fucking 20 minutes in the toilet.
I've never understood that. I'm sorry, I've never understood that.
Back in the primal days, you take 20 minutes to shit and you'll get kicked in the face or eaten alive by a bear. You ain't got 20 minutes to shit, bro.
Yeah.
Snap it off and get fucking pacing.
Birds do it on the go, mate. They're
optimal as fuck, just flying. Boop, done.
Yeah.
They don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Wish I was a bird, honestly. We'll get into the questions as well. There was a bunch of... so the cope for that is that not everyone's perfect, but...
Yeah. You're lazy, been lacking.
Doesn't mean you shouldn't aim to be.
Don't get the wrong idea, boys. I'm still grinding. I'm always hustling, but like...
Could be better.
Can always be better. And I've come to that conclusion that there are probably people outworking me and you just can't have that.
Yeah. I'd say that's my cope as well, actually.
Yeah. You know when you just feel like you could be doing more?
Could be doing more,
Yeah. That's what I've been like. I just like my life's a bit too easy.
Yeah, I'm exactly the same. The phone in the shitter and the fucking shower.
Usually I don't bring it in, but let's get on to the questions. There was a bunch of questions that I didn't answer from last episode, so I'm going to answer those because right after we finish filming the episode, there was like 10 questions that came in, so I'm going to answer the best ones. Have you ever cried during a training session? Yes. I was doing bicep curls once I cried, like not obviously like I'm on the ground getting emotional and shit. I just like a tear just slid out from pure pain because I did 4 sets of like
that happens
20 reps or something. I was doing a challenge. And I was like, it was so pain. It was so painful.
Yeah. No, yeah. I think it's just like
Squats
when
can
you
happen.
exert so much fucking energy, like everything just explodes, nosebleeds. Fuck, I've had so much nosebleeds.
Have you ever hit like a PR and cried out of enjoyment? I know Lex Hill did that.
No, it's cringe.
Yeah, that shit's fucking.
No, yeah, it's like when you're like deadlifting something really heavy and all the blood rushes to your
Yeah.
head. Feels like you're gonna explode and you start crying a bit.
This one's actually about Rory. He's not here though. Does Rory? What is this? Does Rory talking in his sleep about potassium chloride?
Does he,
Does he talk in his sleep about? Probably. I think people are catching on about the autism in this room.
The potassium chloride in the debloating, the debloating with the potassium chloride.
It could kill you.
Lethal amounts. Okay, so when Hayden wasn't here, we were talking absolute shit about him the whole episode. So
Now
we're going to do the
she's
same with
talking
Rory.
about Rory. Yeah.
So he's going to watch back this episode.
cute? No.
Okay. Am I need to quit my fucking English in these?
Bro, people-
So bad.
I can't type, man. I swear to God.
Okay. Am I need to quit my job? If my schedule keeps changing, others just quit already. And almost no one working here except my boss and his 2 deputy. My salary good right now, but it's not for... Like, I don't understand what the fuck this guy's saying.
I think you should.
Focus on English.
What's the
Yeah,
question?
I think you should take some English classes. That's what I got out of that.
I genuinely don't know what he's asking though. What's the question?
I think I think he was
wait,
trying to say like should he quit his job if it doesn't suit his time schedules or some shit.
Well, I think you should do whatever's appropriate for your living
I
circumstance.
think you should weigh up your options, and if you really want to quit your job and you're spending so much time thinking about it, just quit. Because I don't.
Yeah, quit for another job though. Don't go broke.
yeah.
I made that mistake.
Don't go broke, but just. I don't know. It sounds very specific. I don't know your circumstance.
I think he should just learn how to write first, and
Yes,
then we'll go.
Okay. Why do so many people feel like they don't have what it takes?
It's also something to do with like who you grow up with, I reckon, and it's also just
Not being exposed to successful people is huge as well.
Yeah.
Like not being
and
exposed.
doubtful people who
Yeah.
have felt like they've been fucked over by
People
other people before.
who constantly rehearse belief limits that don't exist in the real world. If you're just absorbed by that all day and surrounded by people who are constantly constricted by the social norms and shit, like of course you're going to be the exact same way. It's like
Wait, what was the actual question?
the
Again?
question is, why do so many people feel like they just don't have what it takes?
Oh yeah.
Like this is what I've always said. There's a lack of hope and belief
A
in
big
young people
thing,
these days.
what did for me is something to do with school, because if you're not good at school,
Mm-hmm.
they make it out like you're not going to be able to do anything in your life. And I was
Mm.
fucking like, I shit, I reckon I was the dumbest person in my year level. Like,
Oh no, dude, same. No, literally same.
You are
in the
smarter than
class.
I know, but I was dumb as fuck. Like I did nothing.
Simple,
Huh?
simple,
Yeah.
simple.
Like I just felt stupid, and I felt like I had a big, like I wasn't made for anything, and then I am. It's
They-
just,
They try to teach you in school that like when you fail a test or whatever, there's the end of the world and you
Yeah.
should avoid failing. Like that's why
Yeah.
everyone plays it so safe these days, because they teach you growing up you should avoid failing whatever you can. Just don't fail.
Yeah.
Don't take risks. Just stay in the lines. Fuck. Don't fail the test.
This is why I think why so much people have belief limits is because when they start doing something, they start failing. They think, oh well, I'm just failing at this.
Yeah,
I'm going to fail
No,
forever.
they don't understand that's a normal part of it.
That's normal,
No,
yeah.
not one person that's gone through the self improvement journey has
Yeah.
been scot free from that.
Yeah, and also like not being exposed to success, like you said, is massive. Like when I try to explain to my mum or something, like the potential of like what this can do, like the online presence, building personal brand, the clothing, because they've grown up in such a small world and that hasn't been possible. They don't like yeah, whatever. Good job, son, but bullshit. So it's like,
But
yeah,
then you
if-
give them real world examples of people who have done it, and it's like
yeah, and also so much people don't know what's possible, and because they haven't been exposed to it.
Yeah, it's like it's almost like they don't really understand the whole learning thing. Like they see someone doing who has made it and they go, oh, but he's good at such and such. It's like, yeah, but he didn't start being good at it.
Yeah, exactly.
He learned this way.
Same
It's
as
like,
me.
that's why people just don't understand that they can learn literally anything if they actually try to learn it.
literally.
Oh, bro, the amount of times I've heard from people that are trying to start gym and they look at me and they say like, oh yeah, like obviously you can do that because you're jacked or whatever. You've got the muscle. And I'm like, bro, you have better genetics than me. Like I have the worst fucking genetics. People think that like I'm special or something and they can't do what I've done. They can't make the same transformation as me. I'm like, you could do way better. I have bad
In like
genetics.
a year.
So much people with good genetics are trying to tell me that like they can't achieve what I've done. I'm like, bitch, if you did it for 6 months, you'd be able to achieve what I did. Like,
Facts.
yeah. It's just so much people have like Everyone has belief limits, but like everyone, I swear to
Yeah,
God.
it comes natural to everyone, the fact that you don't think you can do it. Even I sometimes get caught in that thought pattern where I'm like, maybe I'm not cut out for it. Maybe I'm just not smart enough or something. It's like, no, that doesn't fucking serve me, that thought process.
And
It
as
just
soon as you
doesn't.
realize that, like, people that build everything in the world probably no smarter than you. Like, they're no different. They're all just
Yeah,
humans.
we're all the same. We're all the same. Okay, Rory. Do it. They're all about Rory for some reason. Rory, do a Superman's costume on Halloween. I need some pictures to download with an evil
read
emoji.
this one out last time.
No,
did
he
we
didn't.
not?
No, he didn't. With a devil emoji face. Rory, I think you've got some kinky fans, my G. What the fuck?
Send him a message. He's always
Flick a message, always available.
Looks like Clark Kent or something.
All right, so let's get back into the episode. How to deal with adversity. So I'll ask you boys first. Let's say you're in a low point at life, right? Your missus has dumped you. You've just lost your license. You've got a terrible porn addiction. How do you recover from this?
By just doing the best.
What are the steps?
Just the same. Just by doing the best that you can do. That's all you can do, is it not? Like, just trying to do better. Like, the one thing that I always hear is, it's like something bad's happened and you've made it worse, or something bad's happened and you've made it better. The bad thing has still happened. You can't reverse that. So all you can do is just the best that you can do. Like,
Why do you think people find it so hard to get themselves out of ruts?
I reckon it's because most people feel like it's okay to do the wrong thing. Like,
It's okay.
A lot
not
of
to be
people
okay.
say, "Oh, he's had a rough time. I think he should just sit down and rest."
Oh,
I think he
man.
should go out and let himself loose, have fun, go out drinking. It's like, these are literally the wrong things to do. The best thing is, like, and when they say, like, oh, he needs to have a rest, have a bit of a break because he's had stressful. If you're sitting there and doing nothing, all you're going to be doing is thinking about terrible things. Like, what you need to do is keep yourself busy in a, like, positive way and not going out drinking, like in, like, fitness, or even just progressing in any way besides, just progressing. Like what Will said.
yeah.
You just need to...
Yeah. I'll tell you what, the best thing to do when shit hits the fan or something bad happened to you, you've gone through a breakup, personal experience, the best thing is just to work so fucking hard that you don't really have time for those thoughts. The best thing for me, when I, for instance, I'll say an example, went through a breakup, just going to work all the time and just being super busy and just getting home and still working. Just didn't really have time to think about it. It was like just irrelevant to me. But so if you just sit in your room and dwell on it, like, that's just gonna get to you.
Yeah, exactly. There's zero point in doing that. I think the first component to this is understanding that, like, this is always going to happen. You will never get to a point where you're always going to be at a high point. Even when it feels like that way, maybe you're on a really fucking good streak, it could crash at any moment. And I feel like it's important to understand that so that you're prepared.
Yeah.
And, like, the more adversity you go through, this is the way I see it as well, is like, well, just the stronger you're going to get.
Yeah.
The more bullshit you go through, the more you're going to get better at handling
Simple
it.
as that, yeah.
And you fucking oath you get good at handling it.
Most people feel like they go through life without anything bad happening, and this is where I'm not really with the whole therapy type thing, because I've heard therapists talk and they act like the world is like sunshine daisies, everything's positive, and they try to get you, if something bad does happen, they always try to get you back to that state of just like thinking everything will be okay and everything. What they really should be teaching you is how to deal with these situations, how to learn from it and make you stronger in a way, instead of going back to the sloppy little fucking sook you were.
Yeah.
Like, because everyone I know, like, that, has bad things happen, they go, oh, we'll go back to, it'll be okay, I'll be okay. It's like, but you should thrive on that. Like, yes, it will become okay, but not because anything has changed, but because you have developed as a person yourself.
Yeah.
That's what you need to be taught.
100%. Like, and I was brought up like the right way, and that's something I'm really thankful for. Is like I was brought up in like what most people would say is like a toxically masculine way to be brought up. Like, and you know this, Will. It was like, but that's why now I can deal with shit so much. It was like, you fall off your bike, it was instantly get up, stop crying.
Yeah.
Keep riding, or you're gonna fucking fall behind.
Yeah.
You'll be going in the dust. It was like. And most people, like parents who would see that, would be like, "That's horrible! Oh my god, why would you ever do that to your son or whatever?" Or it's like, you do something and you'd get seriously punished for it. You get whipped or whatever. You're chopping the wood, you're chopping the wood, and you don't. It's gonna start raining, and you haven't finished like halfway through it, not even. And like, oh, can we go inside now? It's like, no, you got to finish fucking chopping the wood, otherwise you're gonna get wet. There was no like, oh, come inside, it's all good.
Yeah.
No, finish it.
I hate to mention him, but Andrew Tate said the same thing. His father would just randomly push him over.
No, literally shit like
he
that.
knows the
That
go.
happened to us as well.
Yeah, he just knows the go. Like,
Yeah. A lot of people would
that.
say that's the wrong way to do it. That's terrible. You shouldn't do that to your child. That's literally how you build character.
Yeah.
You know, and like, sure, grow your son up in marshmallows and you know, whatever. Feed him the iPads and feed him everything else. It's like, how's that child going to end up?
Yeah.
When something actually hits them, they go through that first breakup, they go through maybe a financial loss or they lose someone, you know, they're going to be fucked.
Yeah,
They're going to be fucked.
and that's the same reason the first breakup is always the worst because you haven't dealt with that before. The more you deal with it, the better you are. The better you get at just dealing with that. It's like same with everything else.
Yeah.
You just like, for instance, it's like something shit happened in the business. Like when we first got just some random shit happened in Youth Mark. The first time that happens, we're freaking out. Now if we get some sort of problem, like okay, evaluate this. How do we work through it? It's simple as that.
Yeah.
That's where you'll see the different people who go through shit and still stuck in the same thing because they don't seem to learn from mistakes. Like people who learn from mistakes will always do so much better in life and they'll slowly become better and better. People who don't learn will always just go down.
Yeah.
Just always cop the same shit.
Well, I've also said this as well. Like, as a man, you can't really completely lose if you live in like a privileged country like Australia or even America, and like you genuinely can't. You've got Centrelink anyway. Like, I was in the city today, and like, fuck me, it's gotten bad. Like, you know when Andrew Tate says failed society, I could not stop thinking that the entire day.
Yeah.
Like, do you know how homeless? There's so many homeless people now, and they sit on the fucking side of the street like this the whole day, just like just begging for mercy, begging for begging for someone to feel sorry for them.
Yeah.
I think that's so stupid. You could go to like Dandenong or any factory estate, knock on doors, they'll give you a job straight away.
Yep.
Straight, you could go and, you know, there is zero excuse for it as a bloke. I genuinely think that.
Yeah, but is that not a prime example of
That's a prime example for someone who just wants pity from everyone
Exactly.
and can't take any self-accountability for themselves. And they have signs written like, please spare me or something, you know, or please help me, I am lost. Everyone's lost. Fucking
everyone's
get
on
a
the
job,
same playing
cunt.
field. I'm not getting free handouts.
Exactly. No one else getting handouts, bro. And they just have this bitter attitude towards the world.
Yeah, we're
Like,
playing
that
the
is
same
your
fucking
fucking problem.
Playing the same game, you're just fucking losing.
And we've been homeless. We grew up very, very, very fucking poor. And that's why I'm sure a lot of the reason why we are the way we are today.
There's hardship there.
Yeah. Well, what did we move like 18 different times?
Yeah.
It was like,
It's because we're spoon fed, and it's as simple as that. When you're spoon fed and you don't go through tough times or tribulations, then when shit does go wrong, hit you like a fan, you freak the fuck out.
you'll eventually learn, eh? So do you think you'll ever reach a point, let's say your business is hyper successful, maybe your relationship's hyper successful, you ever reach a point of a constant high?
No, everyone says it. More money, more problems, more success, and more shit starts fucking like going wrong. So there's always going to be problems in your life. It's just how you deal with them that really matters.
Yeah. The business gets bigger. It's not going to be a $500 loss. It's going to be a $5 million loss.
Oh, exactly. It's just like
Yeah.
10 times the business, 10 times the problems.
That's it.
Was that the problems are always going to be there, and it's always just going to matter with whether you turn around, you fix the problems, or you just fucking dwell on them and just don't change it.
So we're talking about how to deal with adversity. Do you think there's a way to avoid it?
No.
If you can?
I mean, there's a lot of things that just happen. Like there's just going to be so much shit that just happens to you, like in life.
Yeah.
And whether you like it or not, like every decision you make, let's say there's a fucking core decision that you need to make, and you're like, shit could go wrong here, shit could go wrong here. It doesn't matter what decision you make, there's always going to be shit that's going to go wrong. And there's going to be shit that's just going to happen to you. And
Like your car will blow up, your tire will go flat.
yeah, exactly. It's just even like little shit like that.
Yeah.
Like, there's always
I feel
going
like
to
it will never end.
yeah.
Literally. If you got to sit there and cry about it like a fucking kid, that's going to be a hard life too.
And not to mention more problems are going to happen if
Yeah. If you don't just deal with them front on.
yeah, exactly.
If you don't just face the problem straight away and just get to a solution. Because that's the masculine thing to do. Problem, fix. That's instantly what you should do.
yeah,
But when you're faced with a problem.
And the most successful people I know are those people, the problem solvers. The second something happens, boom, instantly logical brain on, fix that problem, done.
Yeah, we were talking about this last episode.
We were.
About in the trade business. Like, I think if there's anyone that's in the trade or a tradie business owner, you'll know that it's like the hardest business to do.
Yeah.
And the bosses have to be on their shit. And the ones that succeed are always the ones that's like we said, the retaining $500,000 retaining wall falls down. Okay, just get straight to the gist. Get the forklift in there. Get the boys to pick it up. Get it over and done with.
Yeah.
You can't imagine they just sat there and they're like, the wall's falling down.
Yeah,
The wall's falling down.
it doesn't work, bro. It doesn't.
And then everyone's just like patting him on the back, like, oh, I feel so sorry for you.
yeah,
man.
he's like,
It's
my retaining wall fell down. I need money for my retaining wall.
yeah, on the street, like, I need money for my retaining wall.
That's what I landed on. It's not my fault.
That's so true. The best problem solvers are the ones that just are the most successful.
Okay, so a lot of people use vices to cope with bad situations. Like some people will smoke the Marajane, some people will smoke the cigarettes, some people will drink,
Yeah.
some people
Everyone will drink.
will slit their wrists. You know, some people will do drugs. What other coping mechanisms do you think are better alternatives?
For me,
And do you actually need one?
so I don't think you really need one, but there are plenty of healthy ones out there. Like, for instance, the gym. Like, how many of those fucking TikTok edits do you see where it's like, she left me, and then it was like, the gym, or whatever?
That needs to stop, by the way, boys.
That is cringe.
That needs to fucking stop.
It's somewhat true. Like, if shit does go wrong in your life, like,
You've always got the dumbbells.
you've always got the dumbbells by your side. You've always got some sort of discipline, like a sport, a gym.
Yeah.
I reckon a good one is like a martial arts, like physical.
100%.
Like I don't really do boxing myself, but if like there was a day where I was a bit,
take out the
not I literally would just go to the boxing bag and just smack the fuck out of it.
Yeah,
for 10
100%.
minutes.
Yeah.
Like I just beat the shit out of it. And I'm like, I feel good now.
It also
Or, like use it for anything. Like for example, when I was into I would like go for runs and every now and then. When I was having like a bad day, I literally just run until I could not even stand anymore.
yeah.
Like you just gotta.
I will say this
it out,
will sound like a weird thing to say, but like even after just learning boxing, you walk around with like generally just more like confidence, I guess. And it's like even if there's someone that's like pissing you off or like there's someone else that's causing you this adversity, like your boss. Like a lot of people get caught up about their fucking boss, which is I want to speak about that soon. Like how they always like, oh, I don't know how to like this is you, Kyle. I don't know how to leave my job, or I'm fucking. What if he yells at me?
Yeah.
So, but like when you learn boxing, for some reason in my head, I'm just like, I could knock you the fuck out. And that provides me some comfort. Like it's a weird thing, but it plays a massive role, I think.
Yeah, I think going back a little bit to the how to deal with things. You know how I was mentioning like the boxing, the gym, whatever. It's not even that. Like I know people that are super into cars or like the motorbikes, and they just go for a drive. And it's usually just do like an activity that only involves you, that nothing can like take away from you.
Yeah.
Something that makes you happy. Because like you can, if you have a car, you just get in the car, you go for a fucking drive. No one's gonna take that away from you.
Or running.
Go for a run, hit the gym. Just do something that you love that no one can fuck with.
Yeah, it's literally pretty much doing anything that isn't sitting on your ass or anything like drugs or drinking.
Yeah.
Because like you just need to keep yourself busy and moving all the time, and you're not going to think about the bad things. You're going to be concentrating on what you're doing at the time.
Yeah. I think a bad cope, which people subconsciously do, is they consume a lot more when they're in this sort of depressed state or they're in a rut. And that's actually a side effect of depression is overindulging in content.
Yeah.
Like people will binge. They'll binge, they'll start just fucking spending the day scrolling and
so bad.
basically just distracting themselves. Yeah. But I think the best thing to do as soon as you're hit with this adversity is just calm the fuck down, give yourself, put yourself in your room or something, even for just 30 minutes, just think, process it, think about it, try figure out a solution that you can visualize and then just start working towards.
A strategic route.
Yeah. Because if you're in this constant state of distraction, just scrolling, it's always plaguing the back of your mind, but you haven't figured out like a solution to it yet.
Everyone
an actual way.
You gotta tackle it head on, or it's just gonna fucking sit there.
It'll be like a disease to your brain.
Yeah.
Like a thing you could say is like the flat tire. You just never get it fixed. It's always going to be in the back of your mind, just plagging your brain.
Yeah, legit.
I've actually got to get mine fixed.
It's
still sitting there.
Or there's like I've noticed like if there's a decision I need to make, and I'm just I'm putting it off, I'm delaying it. It only gets worse the more you do that, rather than just tackling it straight away, head on, getting it fixed, solution, bam, done. It's the same with every other problem that happens in your life.
A lot of people say cigarettes. A lot of people get rid of their problems with cigarettes. That's a massive one.
Yeah.
I'm stressed. Have a cigarette. Do you reckon that?
But anything, if you're chemically altering your brain to deal with a problem, that's just not the right way to do it because it's temporary. It's always going to be temporary.
But, yeah.
I think it'll make your day a lot more stressful too. Like how stressed are smokers, bro? Like one little problem happens, like need to make a dart. Come back in it, like 10 minutes later. Oh my god, I need a dart.
No, that's it. Everything. Yeah, legit. No, but, yeah, they can't do anything. Like, if they can't have a smoke break, it's not possible for them. Like they can't go. Yeah, like yeah. But anything like that, like smoking or drinking, you have a rise, but you always go lower than what you were in the first place. But if it's like natural, you have that rise, and you would just go back down to baseline. Yeah. We're always like something like smoking. You always go below it.
Yeah,
which is
like
worse.
you said, like bro, you need a fag to do. It's like me with caffeine, to be honest. Though, me with caffeine.
I could do shit with that caffeine.
No, I can. I'm not addicted to like in the terms like, oh my god, I need to have it to relax. I need it because I'm fucking tired at the end of the day because I'm doing so much. Like I need to stay awake.
I actually,
cope, but-
I'm still upon the mindset that there's nothing wrong with caffeine, boys. Someone is
makes me work harder.
Yeah, exactly. Someone's yet to convince me otherwise.
Here's a great example of that. Just completely off topic, but I did the 1,000 milligram of caffeine challenge, and everyone's in my comments like, "What are the side effects, bro?" It's just like, "What's gonna happen to you?" I felt really good. And that was it.
Side effects. I got a fuck ton done.
I literally just felt good all day.
Doesn't Greg Doucette have 1,000 milligrams a day?
He has about a gram a day. Yeah.
Oh, it's a
But
gram.
this was in one go. Like
We probably have like almost that a day.
in a day, spread out. Yeah, but this was just on an empty stomach in the morning. Had it, and I just felt good all day. I didn't really crash or anything.
Yeah. Every episode I say this, people have. I've been saying this. People have got it backwards. It's always like, oh,
I need a break. I've tried the break from caffeine. It doesn't fucking do anything. Yeah, it just makes me tired.
who have you said they feel better not having caffeine? Okay guys, quick intermission. I hope you're all enjoying the podcast so far. As a lot of you will know, we are not sponsored by anyone. Anything shown or promoted on this podcast was either made or owned by us. So if you are enjoying the podcast, what you can do to support us is hit that subscribe button and click on notifications if you're on YouTube. And if you're on Spotify, you can favorite this podcast so you don't miss out every single time we upload. A new episode is put out Friday, 6 p.m. every week. We talk everything self-improvement from gym, mindset, money, and we try and make every week as exciting as the last one. With that being said, all of the other links to our self-improvement clothing, our socials, and all other projects, it's all down below, so go check that out. But without further ado, here's the rest of the podcast. Thanks for watching. Alright, so do you think that you should force adversity? So, you push yourself that little bit more on purpose.
I think there's nothing wrong with it. I think, giving yourself doing hard shit. Yeah, like that's the sole reason David Goggins is a thing. He just does hard fucking shit. And it's motivating for people. It says it fixed everything in his life.
Well, if you think about the phrase, like if you got a lot of testosterone, hard work feels good. So you want to do the hard work and go through the bullshit that comes with it.
Yeah.
Like seeking discomfort is an easy way to make discomfort normal and
Make your life so much easier.
Yeah, like even just a little thing like having an ice bath every morning because that feels like fucking shit made everything else like easier.
That's kind of crazy.
Something like that.
Making your life harder actually makes your life easier.
And that's where most people get the whole thing backwards, where they think, I just want to make my life easier by doing easy shit. It actually makes your life harder because you're just not used to. Yeah,
I've never related.
Soft cunt. Yeah.
Never related to that sort of mentality where it's like, just try be as relaxed as possible. Just take it easy.
Yeah.
I always catch myself like when I say goodbye to someone, I say, take it easy, bro. And I don't mean that. Don't take it easy, bro, because that doesn't do you good,
No, that's why David Goggins says stay hard, bro. He says stay hard.
Stay hard, yeah, okay. Maybe I should do that one. But then I'm just ripping David Goggins. Maybe I should come up with my own one.
No, I always say...
Don't be a bitch.
I always say keep it hustling or some shit.
Keep it hustling, yeah. Okay, well, I got to figure one out because take it easy is not it.
No,
don't get me wrong, boys. Like, I do think there's nothing wrong with, like, okay, you've had a hard week. Maybe go fucking... If it's not derailing you from your mission, go hang out with your friends. Go have a bit of fun, if you really need to.
See,
if you need to.
Yeah. But when you have like, I need to have, I've worked hard, I want to, have
a break.
Have a break. Don't have a break as in like go fucking just like chill and do nothing. Because I reckon that will set you back and make it harder for you to get back to work. Go do something that's somewhat like, exercise or something, but fun. For example, like for my fun is like going for a surf, but it is fucking difficult and I'm wrecked by the end of it. But it's not like sitting on my ass feeling like, oh, I'm complete. It's still hard. It's still hard.
I'm
like,
complete.
You know what I mean?
Just had a hard week.
Oh,
That's
I'm
it.
done.
Hit the boys up, play some basketball, or some shit.
Yeah, simple shit like that. I mean, I'm not meaning, like I said, shit that doesn't derail you from your mission, like going out drinking. I would never even fucking advise that, even if you think it's toxic masculinity. I don't think you should do it, because why would you? It's just, why? It doesn't replenish you, doesn't make you feel better. Just does nothing for you.
Doing something that I've never.
It's not even fun.
There's something I've never fucking understood. People say I need to drink my sorrows away, or the people that go out to the club after like a breakup or something and go, I need to forget about it, I need to drink. But then the second they get drunk, they're like, oh no, you left me, man.
Yeah.
What was the fucking point of that, bro? You think more about it when you're drunk.
Yeah.
It's
They say like, oh, I drink to forget. It's like, but you're still drinking. It clearly hasn't worked then. Like it's like they keep drinking.
You drink to forget the night.
Yeah, drink to
Yeah.
forget. I gotta forget again.
Yeah.
I remembered. I gotta forget again.
Boy, there's been a lot flawed logic.
Yeah.
A lot of shit is flawed logic, and I think we want to expose a lot of that on the 1% podcast. Bring a new light, bring a new mindset to you boys, because I think it's important. I think if you can if someone, like, that's massive for us. We're watching content, and then someone could just give you another mindset.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Like, the fact that you can go watch Millionaires and give you another mindset about how to approach life is fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably the thing that altered my mindset the most, was just listening to successful people. Like when I was at work, and I'd just be 8 hours of just listening to just different people and different takes on things, and there's so much different, like, people live such like different lives depending on who you listen to. Like I've listened to like probably hundreds of podcast episodes of just hyper successful people in different endeavors, with different mindsets and different takes on life, and you can just take the best parts from each, and you can fucking completely change yourself. Your mindset. Yeah,
A lot of like successful people, they're all pretty similar, because it's just like
They
it's not
are.
even,
They
like-
are.
Most of the time, it's not even like an insanely strict, out of the world mindset. It's just being logical.
It
like
is,
people
it
who
is.
aren't successful and have like these weird ways. It's just like being straight up dumb. Like most of the time,
Well,
like just doing the complete wrong thing.
we'll talk about that then. Like, what are maybe the 3 main things that they all have in common? These hyper successful people.
A lot of them, it's have in common. The ones that I listen to, at least, they all eat healthy and at least do somewhat exercise, like to keep their body healthy. Because in my opinion, I think that's the most important thing. Because I noticed, like, as soon as I started worrying about diet and health, like, all of these ideas just started flushing into my head.
Yeah.
Like, I just could not stop thinking of shit.
A lot of people say, though, that will rebel against this. They'll be like, well, Warren Buffett doesn't work out, or fuck, they're giving me these outliers. Like,
Imagine if Warren
well,
Buffett did work
I was like, well, I don't give a fuck. I don't want to be Warren Buffett. He's
Yeah.
fat. Like,
Yeah.
well, no one wants to be Warren Buffett, bro. Well, maybe some people do if you think money isn't that important. But, like,
Yeah.
I wouldn't even trade that for health.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
know?
yeah.
And there are these just some people out there who, like, they literally just all they can think about is just business and that don't do it.
Yeah, I'm
And
sure
I
there's
don't know
different
how the
people.
fuck they do it, but like majority of people, they always say how they got into the mindset of becoming successful is always through fitness and health.
Look, do you think Warren Buffett is having good sex? He probably can't even see his own penis. I don't even know which one. Actually, to be clear, I don't actually really know who Warren Buffett is. I don't know if it's the person I'm visualizing in my head.
I don't know who he is.
Is Warren Buffett the fat one?
Yeah, he's just like got that build, like that middle-aged build.
Yeah, can you do a
I
quick
don't
fat?
even know.
He's not
Look
in
at
shape.
Warren Buffett. I'm just thinking the classical billionaire fat guy.
Yeah,
like
he's
your
not
classical
old, yeah.
billionaire fat guy.
Yeah,
He's fucking 93.
93.
He's
Warren
93 now?
Buffett.
He's getting on, man. Jesus.
Oh, his net worth's 115 billion USD.
Yeah, I think he's the world's richest. Oh no, not world's richest. No, is he? The second world's
How
richest.
did he make money?
He's on the list. Oh, he's just an investor.
Investor or something. Yeah.
Oh, so you said the three
3 main things they all have in common.
main things they all have in common. So yeah, like Hayden said, just the fitness and health. It's always just like first or second priority, and the second one is just doing hard things.
Yeah.
Doing hard things.
Would you
doing-
say that they've also had a hard past as well?
Yeah, 100%. They've all had fucked up childhoods.
The ones who are self-made.
Self-made
Ones
ones,
were
yes.
self-made,
We're talking self-made.
Have daddy issues. Like,
Yeah, there's always a problem.
always
Like
something.
so they've always had some sort of hardship, and they like to do the hard work, especially when they're not feeling like doing it. Third thing would just be like relentlessness and just like not letting the hard thing get to them. And just
I think being more like
persistence.
logical in terms of like in terms of like for what we're talking about, if bad shit happens, you do what's logical and you do what's best for you in that time and the long run. You're doing what's better for the long run.
Yeah.
For example, not going out drinking and instead of working on your health, like
Yeah.
just thinking what's better for
They
you
just
later.
they understand delayed gratification.
Exactly,
It's
yeah.
pretty much a massive.
Yeah,
If
like
not
if
all
you
of it.
have those three things, I reckon you're like pretty destined for doing something
Yeah.
good, regardless of like if it's becoming rich as fuck or like anything just anything successful.
Like actually, I can summarize it now with like a word for each. So it's health, persistence, and delayed gratification. Because I've just come to the conclusion lately, if you're like, everyone is so fucking lazy these days.
Oh, bro.
Even if you're dumb as fuck, if you just stay persistent on one task for like 5-10 years, you're gonna be successful in that field.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like, because
You'll always be safe working hard.
Because you're always safe working hard. Even if you're not doing the most perfect thing, if you just do it for 10 years straight, like,
You will learn.
like for
And
instance-
also, you'll get really good at it.
like for example, PewDiePie, like he stayed consistent. He uploaded like, what was it, almost daily.
Daily for like
It was almost daily for like 10 years, and he was doing he's just fucking, he's persistent in it. Just hyper successful.
That was literally the one thing that I could contribute to my like hyper success on TikTok that I got in those months that I had off, was that I was just posting 3 times a day. That was pretty much it. And I just got really good from that, like got really good at speaking to the camera and saying certain things to go viral. That's all it was. Just working really, really hard at it.
Best example for that, I reckon, is Mr. Beast. Like, had years and years of just absolutely fucking nothing, and he's then created this perfect masterpiece of how to make a YouTube video, and he's now what has he got?
Yeah.
He's
Autism's
outmade-
great for this.
yeah. It's just being that like finding something and just keep doing it over and over and over and over again until you get it right. Like, it's just autism.
Legit like that. And also putting it back to the topic, which is dealing with adversity. Imagine PewDiePie. You know that bridge incident when he said the N-word on the bridge? Imagine if that happened, then it was just like, oh, I better quit YouTube, and he just quit or something.
I'm surprised.
Like, yeah, but no one even really people like think
It's
about it.
PewDiePie, bro. Everyone loves PewDiePie. Come
Everyone
on
loves
now.
PewDiePie, yeah. Look,
You can say it 3 times,
pretty
people, and go,
invincible, but
fuck.
look, he's chilling now because he just stayed persistent, apologized for it, whatever, dealt with the problem, and just continued. Same with like Logan Paul, for instance. Like, he had that whole. No one thought he would have recovered from that Suicide Forest video.
He's a liberal vagina now, though. That's how he got out of
yeah,
it.
he's
He sucked up.
Yeah.
That's what he did.
But anyway, he didn't quit YouTube. He kept with it. Now most people have forgotten about that, and
No one has.
he's making millions. Well, no, they've forgotten about it, but he's certainly fucking making money. So
He was set for life regardless, honestly.
pretty much.
Also, I think another massive one is surround yourself with lads.
Yeah.
Don't surround yourself with women, bro.
Oh,
Like, especially when you're going through adversity.
bro.
You crying to them will do fucking nothing but dry their fucking pussy up. That's it.
facts.
That's it. You can cope all you want, sit here and be like, no, bro, she understands. She makes me feel better.
This is to my problem.
She listens to my problems. She gets it. Yes, I will say maybe a chick will listen to your problems, but for how long? Right? She doesn't want a whining bitch. That's just how it's going to be. And I'm so fucking sorry to you guys, but that's just life. Like, this has just happened case after case, and that's just how it is. With boys, they'll give you a solution.
Yeah.
They'll tell you, like, the real way to get over
the real
it.
ones will do that.
And that's why I've always had that toxically masculine, old school approach to it.
Same.
You deal with some shit, you whine to the lads, they say, fucking get over it, do this to get past it.
Yeah, what I've hated is when people try to just explain their problems and then all they want is sympathy. But
Sympathy, bro.
People get a shock when they come to me with a certain problem, but instead of just feeling sorry for them and giving them sympathy and hey, it's all right, mate, I just tell them fucking how it is and what they need to do to
Get out.
get past that situation.
Yep.
Like, that's how it is. Yeah, that's the only way to deal with it.
People think when you say stuff like that, they think you're the mean person.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, the people who say, oh, it's okay, do what makes you comfortable.
But they don't know what they're
people-
talking about.
Yeah, they don't.
They don't know what they're talking about.
They
Like,
don't.
people, this is so funny. When you're educated on how to get shit done and get past shit, you have a good way of approaching and telling other lads how to do it.
Yeah.
And this is why I love when lads come to me with problems, all right? If they're dealing with like, oh, the gym's not working out or whatever, I'll tell you how to get past it. But when people sit there and they just... and then a mate comes to them like with all these problems, they're just in the back of their mind, they've got all this media that's like telling them, you've got to tell them it's okay. Oh, hang on, no, now you've got to tell them that it's okay not to be okay. Now you've got to tell them that maybe you've got to give them a hug. It's like they don't know what to do. They're like,
Yeah.
bro, yeah, it's all right. Yeah, it's okay. I mean, I think everyone feels like this. Yeah, no, that's good.
Yeah.
It's like, no,
This is a
cunt.
normal thing.
Yeah, I think this is normal, bro.
Instead you say, instead you say, oh, say like example, they're not going to the gym anymore. Oh, I've been feeling a bit sad. I'm not going to the gym. It's like, what the fuck is that doing for you?
Nothing, bro.
You're just wasting my time and your own time. Get the fuck back in there.
Yeah.
Bro, literally, I feel like such a cunt, bro, because if I have like some people, this happened before, and people come to me like, I'm not feeling well, bro, I just don't know, like, I just wanted to talk to you because I'm not feeling good. This happens even with just like strangers in my DMs, and I feel like a cunt in the moment because I don't even give them a droplet of sympathy. I'm like, are you eating good? Are you in the gym? Are you doing the things you need to be doing? Are you chasing a purpose? I just ask them all these questions of things they should be doing, and the answer is every single time it's no. And then at the end of that, I'm like, maybe I should have like shown them a bit of sympathy. Oh wait, no, now they're better off because they know what to do.
Yeah, exactly. It feels
I've offered
way
them a solution.
It feels way better being in this sort of like emotional state, dwelling on it, just rehearsing the problem.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel comfortable to come up with a solution because then you've got to deal with it.
Yeah.
Like we said, deal with it front on. People don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Like that's why people get in these little fucking circle jerks of depression and whatnot and just rehearse each other's problems and this and that. 'Cause it feels way better to do. It feels comfortable to do that.
You know, how many times, Nelson, have me and you heard from people like, well, when I hang around you, bro, I just fucking shit happens. Like I start progressing and shit starts happening. If I'm starting to do stuff, like, and that's just because we don't fucking sit there and say it's all right, drink away your problems. We'll go drinking. Like we'll go drinking on the weekend. We'll deal with it that way. I'm like, nah, bitch, you're coming to the gym with me.
It's because me and you have had 19 years of dealing with shit together and getting past it.
Yeah.
It's like you get good at knowing what's best for you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And what's best for you isn't sitting there going, please show me sympathy.
That's why I say we start the Harley boot camp with people who have problems. Come to our like establishment, fix you up in 6 months.
Yeah.
6-month program.
That's why another thing, like with the whole, what pretty much everyone says, it's like, oh, men need to talk up. So I don't understand what is that going to do. I've never understood. It's like, even if you do tell someone your problems, it's like, what the fuck?
It's good to get shit off your chest.
Yeah,
I think.
understand.
Like
Still
if
talk,
there's something
but
you
it's
need
like,
to, if there's something you need to say and it's plaguing your brain, like say it, but then get over it.
Yeah.
Don't just sit on it.
Yeah, exactly.
I always think
like
it's
they should say, or talk to someone and then something after that, because they just say talk. It's like, what the fuck's that gonna do?
Yeah, but I've talked about it. Now what?
Yeah, now what? It's
Well, it's like I said this last episode though. Most guys are already doing that. Like all they do is fucking whinge.
Yeah, exactly.
I hear it in the comments. I hear it in the DMs. People in person tell me. People whinge enough, bro.
Yeah. And then more people need to be educated of what to actually do to tell the person who's upset
Yeah, that's
right
where the
thing.
problem is.
Yeah, no one's educated on the correct thing. It's like, say, example, like for what we do, we tell people the right thing: get your ass up and go to the gym. I don't give a fuck what you're feeling.
Yeah.
Fix it.
Yeah.
Most people don't know that. They say, "Oh, go have a rest, run a nice bath with some soap and a bath bomb, and have a fucking wine."
You'll feel better in the moment for sure.
Yeah,
But the longevity of that
100%.
is
But it
like
won't go away.
fast lived, bro. It's not gonna
Yeah.
last.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that's how, like with the strangers in my TMs saying, yeah, I don't know what to do, man. I was like, I can tell you exactly what to do. So you're gonna eat like this, you're gonna train like this, and do all this stuff. And then they've come to me again, message me for a second, for a third time, say, I'm still feeling all this. I'm like, did you do what I tell you to do? No. Well, fucking, I don't want to hear it then. Go back and do what you're supposed to do. Then you'll feel better.
Also, guys, reality check. Life as a guy isn't that good. It's pretty shit. Like most of the time, you just gotta get good at dealing with that.
Yes.
Like there's shit all the time that happens.
yeah.
That's how it is. You can't escape that.
It's a
and
test.
If you live like a fucking a wet wipe, you're gonna act like a wet wipe.
Yeah.
You know, like life as a guy is like quote unquote depressing. Now get over it. I also want to discuss how to deal with physical adversity. Like someone's coming up to try fight you, someone's threatening your life, someone's threatening to hit you in the fucking face. This is like a conversation that I feel like we should have. What should someone do when faced with physical adversity from another man?
Run. No.
Run. Run.
What if he has a knife?
I don't know, like...
It really depends on the situation.
Yeah, like if it's at school or something, maybe just scrap it out. If you're like at a place where there's like music, there's people everywhere, like a club or something like that, there's like you don't even know what the fuck they got a knife or something like that. I don't know.
It's definitely.
I think the best option is to try to de-escalate the situation, but if it gets to the stage where he's just that drunk or he's just that absolute fuckwit that he's going to fight you no matter what, obviously stand your ground.
Like it's very easy for people to say like, and people would always have this mentality in school. Teachers would say it. It's always like run away from the adversity, or just snitch on them. You're always going to be that guy that's run away or snitched.
Yeah.
Like you just are.
Yeah.
So, like we've had our fair share of scraps. Like especially me in school, after school even. Like we've had our fair share of scraps, but it's fucking dangerous. Like for sure, especially these days.
Yeah.
With all the like these hard essays and stuff on the street, it's very dangerous.
Like we know of, like we've heard, like, we have friends that know people that have like that have been stabbed.
They've been
Some of
stabbed.
them died from it.
Yeah, it's very risky on the street. I would never advise anyone to street fight, especially with people you just don't know, like just randoms. Like you just don't know what could go on. Like this was like almost a year ago. I picked a fight in the club with like this Lebo guy. And then later that night, there was like 10 of them that just came up to me. Like these fucking Lebos just like, step outside. And I'm thinking, bro, my life's probably over here. Like it's so easy for them to just flick me in the neck and go. And it was only lucky that then my boys rolled up after that and the whole situation was de-escalated and they were like, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
But my life was like flashing before my eyes. I was like, these guys could easily just flick a knife out.
Yeah, I remember that.
It's not worth it.
Another time, like remember this guy was just being an absolute tosser to us because he was like, asking for a drink and we said no. And then I pushed him in as security guard and he got kicked out.
Yeah.
And then we saw him outside and I remember he was like threatening to shoot us or stab us or shoot up our house.
Yeah.
And I was like, yo, I'm out. Like this guy was just not getting...
It's not worth it just to stay staunched. Like stay staunched if it's really necessary, like, but it's not worth it on the street, I don't think.
No, it's not worth it. Like, I'll try and de-escalate.
Maybe pat him down first, then scrap on. Because, like, I do think there's nothing wrong with just scrapping it out.
Yeah.
If you got, like... But then even then, like... Even then you get hit with a bare knuckle to the wrong place and you can paralyze or knocked out.
And you just smack your head on the concrete. Many times there's been even just punched in the back of the head, split the head open. Like,
I always say the best thing is get the gloves on, boys. I reckon there's nothing better if you got an issue than just grab the 2 gloves... just fucking smashing it out.
Yeah, if it's fair and if they're like, I'm willing to have a fair fight with you, but no one's willing. They're always in groups, so they have a fucking knife on them.
And people are weak these days, so
that's why they've got knives.
That's exactly why they've got knives, and they'll do anything to get above you.
Yeah.
So that's why it's not worth. It's not worth
it at all. Like you can say, "Oh, I'll fight the cunt." It's like, yeah, but if you get stabbed, like. That wasn't very smart.
Sure, you'll be that guy that doesn't want to fight. It's better than dying.
You have the same, like, logically you think, like, yeah, I should probably de-escalate this and run away. But in the moment, all you want to do is just
scrap on.
You get, like,
that's where I've always been caught, man. That's where I always end up. It's like...
I always kept myself thinking like that. Even, like, slight situations where I could have a fight, I just start, like, I almost get hyped
a lot of the time, you know, like, you will... Like, especially if they're smaller or you know they don't fight, you know it would be over real quick if you just did it.
Yeah.
But it's just still not worth it.
That's
still not worth it.
When someone's smaller than me that is like trying to arc up, I'm like, come on, man. Like, no, I don't want to do that to you.
Even just a good warning shot would be probably helpful in your situation. Yeah. Just a quick left jab.
That's what, remember that when I pushed that guy?
Yeah, that's...
Like that, and then he got up and like hit me. He got up and punched me, and then I jumped on him and got him in a headlock and he was like, no, let go! But then he kept going. Yeah. He's like, I'm getting my boys out on you. And I'm like, okay.
That could have been bad. That was an example of like when we should have probably just been like, just like left it alone. Because who knows what could, like, he had a knife, could have a gun, some shit.
I remember in the club when he was first harassing us, he was with a big group of just like these dodgy looking fucks. Like they were all, and then it was just lucky he was the only one out there when he harassed us.
It was like when my wallet got pickpocketed in at the bus stop, and I only just realized when he was walking away that he was stuffing it in his pocket. And this is this big, tall, ethnic guy, and I just went. My aggression just took the best of me because I was in a pretty bad situation at that time. So I was like, I went straight up to him and just pressed him, and he's like way bigger than me. Like he's this big guy, and I just started pressing. I was like, "Want my fucking wallet? You got my fucking wallet." And I'm calling like the PTOs at the same time, but like I eventually got it off him because I had to snatch it out of his pocket. But like, bro, he could have easily just gone like that. No, that would have been the end of me. You know?
It's just, it's scary. Yeah. That's why I don't like people.
Yeah.
I hate going out.
The best way to deal with physical adversity is try not to get into it.
The best way to the best way to deal with it is to go into a boxing gym. Every bloke needs to be punched. Every bloke, if you haven't been punched in the face, what the fuck are you doing? Go to a boxing gym, get fucking You get rinsed.
That's why I like
Try and
carrying.
de-escalate. Learn how to fight. Learn how to fight, but also be the person to try and de-escalate. Just have the ability to fight just in case it gets to that.
When you
Go out
when you
for a
know
fight.
how to fight, it definitely gives you this confidence where you don't feel like you have to fight anymore. You don't have anything to prove.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's
Just a backup.
it's a backup. It's like a weapon that you don't possess. You just possess within. Yeah.
Reveal until the end.
Tell you what, though, like with the whole like dealing with people that are like do diversity that way. That's why I somewhat do like the YouTuber boxing thing, because at least now when beef happens, they can scrap it out.
It's always hugs after it, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, well, it's the same in the UFC. There'll be like beef, and then they fight, elbowing each other, they're cutting each other up.
It is also for a show.
Yeah, it's for a show. Yeah, obviously, but there's generally people with like hatred towards each other, and after it's always hugs, it's always respect, and it's always like that. Like you always respect the person more after you. So yeah, if you're beefing with someone, that's when I say just get together, get some gloves on, and scrap it out.
Regardless, even if it isn't like hugs and kisses at the end, the person who lost will always not to do it again. Like for example, with Conor McGregor and Khabib,
Yeah.
like he was like shit talking the fuck out of Khabib, and then he got fucked up, and then he got a bit humbled.
Yeah. Well, yeah, whatever. But
I want to ask you guys a question. So this is going back to normal adversity, and there might be someone on the other end of this. Let's say I want to give you guys have to tell me the best approach. So let's say someone has gone flat fucking broke, got $0 to his name, no job, no car, no nothing. All he's got is a roof over his head. How does he then regain wealth to financial comfort?
well, if you're a man, you can always trade your labor for money. So just find somewhere to start working. Like you can have nothing, no qualifications, no skills or anything. I've seen some retarded cunts come and work for a company, and yeah. So you can just go to a factory, you can go to a trade. You can always make good money there. You can make as much as a qualified like, what's an example?
Plumber.
Like plumber or something like that. Just trading your labor. Like you know what like concrete laborers make. All that stuff, like it's not the best jobs ever, but you can still make enough money to pay rent
And live below your means and start saving.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But let's be honest, you do have to live below your means if you want to save in Australia.
Oh, and so yeah,
Like you got to live like you're
most
fucking
countries
broke, bro, to save.
most countries these days, yeah. But yeah, just live below your means. Don't buy pointless shit. Start working a job. Start saving. Save a certain amount every single week. Just buy the necessity. Don't waste money. Don't waste. The biggest way you can waste money, fucking food, man. You can spend so much on food. I remember Mum would just always tell me about like, oh, the grocery bills are this, the grocery bills that. It's like $200 a week. I'm like, oh, I live off beef mince, beans, to like chicken.
And it's good food too.
Yeah.
It's like expensive food too. Like you could probably go even cheaper if you want to eat like shit.
Yeah.
Oh, bro, if you eat tuna and rice, man, you're gonna eat so cheap.
Yeah.
You can almost eat for free like these days.
And like you need to also quit like just these silly little habits for like I know there's people who like complain about money when they're spending $70 a week on cigarettes. It's like, well, just quit that. And that's
You guys are making it easy for adversity to happen.
alcohol. It's like it's like you're complaining about bad stuff that's happening to you. It's like, but you're kind of making it harder for yourself by buying this shit you don't need.
Yeah, 100%.
Like just only buy what you actually need.
Bro, it's hard enough to save. Add fucking alcohol into that. Add cigarettes into that.
Yeah.
Add whatever else you're doing.
Yeah, you fucking
No chance.
Netflix subscription.
No
Wait,
fucking chance.
Here's what I'm trying to work out. What jobs are these people working to be able to spend $400 at a club every week?
Well, no, but that's
Ridiculous.
The
They
thing.
don't.
That's the thing. They don't save. They're in debt. Like they always. Everyone I know who does that is in debt or like has no money to their net.
Yeah.
Has like the shittest car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I fucking
Or doesn't have any.
couldn't be me, man. That
Yeah.
costs, the shit costs so much. Like, how much is a drink at a club these days on average?
It's gone up. Beer's gone up apparently.
Everything's gone up. It's like it was like $10 minimum if you want like something that's not beer at a club.
Oh, this is just a massive thing I just realized as well. If you guys are constantly going through adversity and like shit points in your life, you're doing something wrong. You can't just keep, blaming it on the world and it's the world's fault and blaming it on external circumstances. You're doing something wrong. So fix it.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
if there's something that's happening to me, I'm doing something wrong for that to happen.
Yeah.
It's always about accountability at the end of the
accountability
day.
is massive. Sometimes people are like, they tell me all their problems and everything that's going wrong in their life, and I'm just like, what you like? I can clearly see why that's happening to you.
Yeah,
bro.
like when they think we're like superhuman or something because they're like, oh, you guys don't have emotion. Like, but a lot of people think we don't really go through anything, or we're like just different humans because like we go through the same shit. We're just, we've just fixed our lives. We don't live the way we.
It
used
gives
to
off
live.
the illusion that we don't deal with the normal stuff.
Yeah, they think we don't have anything bad happen to us. It's like all we've really fixed is the whole living situation.
Yeah.
Like we haven't fixed the problems that happen. Like they still
They
happen.
always happen.
We
It's
just-
always gonna.
We just don't go out drinking, or we don't sit
Yeah.
our ass scrolling through TikTok. We that's what we've fixed. There's nothing else.
Yeah. A massive one is just save money, bro. Like, if you just save, 10 grand, 20 grand, 30 grand, and just have that sitting in your bank, there's really not much that can really get to you.
Yeah.
Like, there's really nothing that can derail you. You crash your car, your tire goes flat, anything that happens, it's like, I still got 30 G's. I'm fine.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
A lot of now think about it.
It's like, of course, bro, if you got $0 to your name, your tire goes flat, it's the end of the fucking world. Need to get some money, need to borrow some money. Oh, man, need a loan. Oh,
But also another thing, if you know bad things will happen in your life, prepare for them.
Yes.
Like
Yes.
by having a good one is having money. Yeah.
which isn't really a hard thing to do.
No, it's not.
Like, yeah, it's fucked right now. Inflation's fucked.
We're going good.
Everyone's fucked. So you still got to figure out a way to do it. What are you complaining about? It's not going to fix the issue.
Yeah.
Dial back your spendings. Fucking live below your means. Cancel your subscriptions. Do the overtime if you have to. Do the weekends.
Especially if you have kids and you're the one like you're still doing stupid shit and you're complaining about money. It's like it's selfish.
If you do the right thing from a young age, you're not gonna have to be stressing when you've got kids. Like the
Yeah.
people that are living like they're fucking dead broke with kids. I'm like, how did you end up like that? You had so many years without fuck all responsibilities to prepare yourself for this moment.
Yeah.
What were you doing? What were you doing?
Chicks be having kids when they're living paycheck to paycheck, bro.
That is where I think the whole have fun while you're young and do all that shit later in life is just completely backwards.
Yeah.
Everyone I know who was telling me that and lived by that is still broke. Like they really should have been focusing on their career early when they're young and have it's the best time for learning. And then when you're older, you can still do that. Because everyone is still saying, have fun while you're young, going out drinking every weekend. They're still doing that at 30 years old.
This is how I counter their argument every fucking time. Because almost everyone I speak to will say the same thing. Have fun while you're young, because later in life, you're not going to be able to do that. It's like, no, later in life, you couldn't do that because you're broke, because you had fun when you were young. My idea is like, you're going to have to put in the work at some stage in your life. Why wouldn't you do that when you've got no responsibilities, rather than when you've got kids, you've got a mortgage, you've got a marriage? Why would you can't do anything at that point.
Yeah.
You can't
Yeah.
there's nothing. You would have to sacrifice everything to start a business from the ground up at that point.
Yeah.
Would you not do it when you don't have kids, you don't have a marriage, you don't have a mortgage?
Front load it.
Front load it,
These
bro.
people also act like if they put in a little bit more work that they're going to hate every second of their existence.
Yeah, legit.
Like, it's not that bad. Just work harder, you dickhead.
Yeah,
Like,
legit.
it's not that fucking hard, bro.
Well, it's like work. You also have to work on something you actually genuinely enjoy. Like that's where problem people are so used to having to work a shit job. People are like, oh, but I don't want to work anymore. It's like, well, do something you enjoy then.
It's like cancelling at clubs is not going to be the fucking end of you, bro.
It's actually
Like-
better for you.
Like, we stopped going out and we didn't really realise. Like, it just happened. We just stopped fucking caring.
I
It
stopped
got boring.
going out because it was making it like it would take 2 days out of me because I could not deal with hangovers. So 2 days were gone. Waste of time. That's why I stopped going.
Yeah. Writes you off for the whole weekend,
It
really.
does. It's fucking shit.
Well, my thing here is like, when people say have fun while you're young, maybe they could, like, traveling, for instance. But fuck traveling broke. Fuck traveling
No
when
way,
you're young
bro.
and broke. I would rather front load everything now, sacrifice the weekends, sacrifice some time, and then later in life, I don't have to fucking worry. I go travel whenever I want. I travel wherever I want. I go in the best hotels, drive around in the best cars, because I sacrificed clubbing when I was young.
Yeah.
Like, who the fuck
Yeah.
cares about
Oh,
clubbing?
no. I sacrificed, like the 12-pack of Jack Daniels.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Or like, I didn't backpack around Europe for fucking 4 years while I could be
Yeah.
setting up
And people will say, yeah, you can't save yourself rich. But these little things, they compound.
Yeah.
It's exponential. once you have that security and you have that little bit of money saved, you'll know that it's way easier to make the investments in business, get shit done. It compounds because you got that lump sum. It's easier to double it, triple it, quadruple it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like that thing, delayed gratification. Like you always, you work hard for an easier life later. You don't make your life easy at the time to make, and then it'll be harder later.
Yeah,
It's
like you
with
said.
life.
Yeah, like you said the other podcast. What'd you say? It was like you said. Oh, what was it? No, I'm trying to think. You said a specific thing. It was like 4 words. It was related to that.
I don't remember.
Or maybe I said it. Was it get the good thing now, have the shit thing later, or have the shit thing now and have the good thing later?
Yeah, it's pretty much how it
One
is.
of us
It's
said
like-
it.
Oh, have a long. So have short-lived. Have. I'm trying to remember the quote. It was like.
Long-lasting shitness.
Yeah. So have.
Do the easy thing now.
Do the easy thing now and have long-lasting shitness, or do the hard thing now and have long-lasting greatness.
Pretty much.
I think that was
Pretty-
Rory.
No, that was me.
It's just it's delay gratification. Do the hard thing now, good things follow. Do the easy thing now, hard things follow. It's
But people,
Who would've
people
known?
are so afraid of like purposely going into the hard thing. It's like, yeah, but then you've just fucking made your rest of your life hard. Like the thing is, it's like with doing something hard at the time, it doesn't even take that long. Like 5 years to make fucking 80 years easy, or 5 years hard to make fucking 80 years. No,
5 years easy to make 80 years
like
hard.
it's not even that much time out of your fucking life to make your life easier.
And it's not like I said. It's not like every moment is shit. It's actually quite
Yeah.
fun doing that.
Yes.
It's like leveling up as like a
And-
game.
And, like if you make your life easier now by creating your own business, you can still slowly level up over the years. It's not like you're gonna get to a point and stay like that. If you've made your own thing, you can always just level up. But if you've got a job where you're working for someone, just working like a shit because you wanted to make your life easier at the time, you're just stuck at that same place.
You can almost make self-improvement like a hobby. It doesn't actually have to be that hard. Just make it like a hobby, just leveling everything up.
Yeah.
That's what it is. I see it as like the best hobby ever.
Yes.
It's like just level up in
It's
like
fun to me.
financial fitness, everything else.
You feel great all the time just because you're accomplishing everything shit every day.
Just leveling up your
Always, like,
character.
you go to bed knowing that you've done more than what you knowing that you know more.
Like Sam
than
Sulek says,
yesterday.
he was just sitting on the bed. He's like, at least I went to gym
yeah,
or something. Something like that.
Watch J Moss. He's good at saying shit like this.
Yes.
it's also you got way more leverage when you're young. You got way more leverage on your time. You've got so much time when you're young because you don't have to tend to your wife. You don't have to tend to the house and the mortgage, and you're working all the extra hours to support the kids. You got to tend to the kids. You got to drive them to school. Like you've got fucking no leverage in terms of your time if you're trying to start up a business or even just trying to get fit. If you don't get in good shape young, it's gonna be way harder to get into it later.
Yeah.
It's way like everything is easier when you're young. So why wouldn't you put the hard work? You can put in 10 years of hard work while you're young, and that would set you up for life.
This is like a convince people to work hard podcast. It's like we just spent 20 minutes trying to convince people to work a bit harder.
Boy, I can't get it into people's fucking brains.
yeah.
But
Because it's a lifestyle that they have to adjust to it, which you
yeah.
definitely can. It's just a process. It's hard to do.
does
It
take-
takes a while.
Does take
takes
a while.
how long
Like-
does it take? A year?
Like a lot of it's just how you grew up. But you can reprogram yourself. I think.
I'd say
People think they're fucking born a certain way. It's like, mate, I was born a fucking retard who thought he could do anything. Now I'm like making moves. I'm
Now you're
dumb.
still a
I'm
retard.
still a retard, but I'm still actually doing something besides
Yeah,
going
no,
out.
no, literally, bro.
Like you don't even have to be smart to do these things. People limit themselves. It's like, come on, man.
But did you not have, like, when you started, did you ever have that belief that it's like, maybe I'm not cut out for that because I'm not smart?
yeah.
That's what I'm
Even
saying.
I had that.
That's the biggest thing. People just think that.
I
It's
don't
so
think
dumb.
I've gotten to the point now where I don't think that at all anymore. If I have a limit to myself, it's not like, oh, I don't think I'm cut out for this.
Yeah,
I'm like,
but-
all right, I can't do this. I'll learn it, and so I can do
Nah,
it.
but you're arrogant, bro. You're
Fuck you
arrogant.
then.
You're up yourself. I reckon we'll wrap it up there. It would have been a shorter, but it's really, at the end of the day, like, it doesn't have to be a long podcast. It's, at the end of the day, like, get over it. That's what I was saying before. Like, just get over it. Like,
Yeah, with adversity.
you know, that's the quote that got me through my childhood. And my dad would just constantly reinstill into me is just get up, stop crying, get over it.
Yeah, because dwelling on it will practically, like, literally do nothing for you. Nothing at all.
Like, paint me as the bad guy for being that one guy that's like, get over it.
I'm just honest. I'm
That's
just real.
that's how it is, man. That's how we got through it too. Like people are saying we can't talk about mental health or we can't talk about adversity because we don't have a degree or we don't have a license or whatever. Like, do you want a piece of paper or something?
Man,
like we've been through it.
that's the only reason we talk about it.
We've been through it. That's why we want people to get to the other side. That's why we talk about it. So, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. I hope you boys got a bit of value out of it. And drop down below a question for the next podcast. I love answering the questions. We've got really good ones so far. And drop down below what you want us to talk about in the next episode as well. We're really considering going live as well. I think maybe the next episode we could possibly do it.
Yeah.
It would just make it way more engaging. We can answer your questions live. It would be a blast. I want to get a stream deck here as well, so we've got sound effects and I want it all happening. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the episode and I'll see you boys in the next one. Peace.